I first became aware of Reach Out Lakota probably back when it began. It started from a small group of women who were very involved in the community and saw that there were people who in need and they wanted to make a difference.
We distributed things for the kids for Christmas, and it just seemed to blossom from then because we realized that there was a need for assistance throughout the year and not just at Christmas time.
I got a phone call from Sue Lewis, who was with St. John's Church. She heard that I was starting a food pantry. She wanted to put me in contact with another lady at St. John's named Kathy Franks. We sent out letters to all the area churches we could identify and any other organization we could come up with in the community.
I said, well, you know, we have this fundraiser that we've been doing every year called the Key Event, and I said, Debbie Boehner and I work on that annually, and we choose a charity to give to, and you know, maybe we could do that for you for the next couple of years.
And it has always amazed me how all the churches came together at the beginning.
We had a little bit of funding seed money that came from St. John's and Westchester Presbyterian Church. We realized that we were out of our element. None of us had any background or training, so we put the word out, and the board decided to hire Lourdes, which thank God we did, and you know, the rest sort of is history.
Reach Out Lakota has grown tremendously in the 19 years that I've been privileged to be the director. When they first hired me, we had a 1,000 square foot storefront in Pisgah. For families to come in to be seen at Reach Out Lakota, they would have to stand outside in the cold or rain or snow.
We knew we were outgrowing that right away, but it took us about 5 years to secure another location, which we doubled our space in that second location.
We went from building to building to building, and finally have this facility here, which is just terrific.
The two churches next to us here came together and basically, you know, gave us this property that we could build on.
We had an ideal piece of property owned by the Westchester Presbyterian Church with parking previously owned by St. John, and it was a perfect partnership for the two congregations working with Reach Out Lakota to build the facility here.
Wally Schalze and Charlie Chappell were instrumental in making us this permanent home on Cincinnati-Dayton Station Road. And now we have over 5,000 square feet to serve the residents of Westchester Liberty with.
We serve, to a great extent, the working poor. The need for food has gradually crept up over the last 5 to 6 years because the economy's been down. About 80% of our food donations come from the schools.
Lakota has a food drive between the East schools and the West schools the week prior to the East-West football game, where we fill 2 containers donated by Plains Moving and Storage, and we'll see which school has the most donations.
So when school's in session, we get food coming in on a fairly regular basis. In the middle of the summer, our food supplies start to run short, and the local churches help quite a bit, but still by the end of the summer, we're out of about probably a third of the things we normally give out. Businesses can help because they can do food drives. Another way they can help is actually cash contributions. We can buy exactly what we're out of.
I know that there is a great need for more of like the products that the kids can't bring to school.
Like I said earlier, 80% of our food drives come from the schools.
So my goal is to try to reach out to some businesses and try to get some of those products in here, like feminine hygiene products.
Paper towels, toilet paper.
Razors.
Disposable diapers.
And household cleaning products.
Those are items you cannot buy with food stamps. So if we didn't provide them, they would be in real trouble.
It's especially beneficial to me and my family because they help with groceries every year. They help with clothing. Pretty much the shirt I'm wearing and the shoes I'm wearing are from Reach Out Lakota right now.
Our clothing department gives out over 1,000 tops and bottoms free of charge to our residents every month. When people look at our donation bin outside, they might say, well, those bins are overflowing. Why is Reach Out Lakota asking for donations? Well, our children's department, unfortunately, never has enough clothing and shoes to give to all the children that depend on us for assistance.
Years ago, there was a misconception that there was not need in the Lakota area, and that is not true.
That was a stigma that we had, that we've tried to fight all along, and I think sometimes it still is there.
I think that some people think, oh, you know, you're just enabling people, and that couldn't be further from the truth about Reach Out Lakota. They truly look at people who need a hand up, and they are not sustaining people who are simply looking for a handout.
Well, when I first moved out to Westchester, I was working a minimum wage job, and I wasn't able to make ends meet as far as clothing for me and my children and groceries. And Reach Out Lakota helped fill that gap. And when I came here, they didn't make me feel like I was begging, or they didn't put me down or made me feel low or anything. They treated everybody like humans. And when I went to go look for a new job to get more money, I was able to come out to Reach Out Lakota and get clothes for interviews.
I can remember a man who had gotten help from Reach Out Lakota and became a tremendous volunteer in paying back. Volunteers are extremely important in the survival of Reach Out Lakota.
There are really wonderful people out there that really want to help, but they just need to know how to do it.
I thought, you know, I haven't been doing enough in our community, and with my kids being in the schools and the drives that they do, I just thought it was about time that I step up and try to get involved that way.
I first got involved with Reach Out Lakota with some co-workers at General Electric that invited me to come down and help with the Thanksgiving and Christmas food distributions.
The way the Thanksgiving program works is families request assistance. They will get either a medium or a large turkey, depending on family size. And then we put together a very specific sack of groceries that has all the trimmings in it.
Canned goods, pies, everything that you would expect on a typical Thanksgiving dinner. I enjoy seeing the reaction of the children, especially when I hand them a pie and have them carry it out to their car. They hold on to it like gold.
My first volunteer opportunity with Reach Out Lakota was for our Christmas program here. The Christmas program provides each family with toys and a food basket. When I began my first Christmas helping, there were about 400 children in need of Christmas presents, and this year we plan to serve nearly 900 or may even exceed that number. Parents seem to really like the opportunity to select gifts for themselves. It gives them a sense of empowerment.
There's so many good things that Reach Out Lakota does for the community throughout the year and not just at Christmas time. I guess my favorite function that they do is back to school. What better way to serve a child than to give them the tools that they need to start off the school year?
Our program is somewhat unique in that we do personalized bags of supplies for the students based on what school they're attending, what grade they're attending, and sometimes what classroom they're attending. When the kids come to pick up their school supplies, they have the opportunity to use a lot of services that we have at the back to school fair. Sometimes there are job fairs, sometimes there are medical screenings. The Lakota School District provides lunch for them. In addition to the school supplies, the students will pick their own backpack. I've literally seen kids hug their backpacks. They're so excited to have it, and they want to start school.
As Reach Out Lakota looks to the future, we're always looking at how we can improve the life of the clients that we serve. Some of my wish list items would be that more members of our community would know that we're out here waiting to help them through the rough times.
There's probably no organization in the community better than Reach Out Lakota to help our local residents who are in need.
We have a lot of tools to give people help and hope in their situation. We've partnered with Lifespan to provide budgeting classes.
The budgeting program at Reach Out Lakota that all the clients are required to go through, they help me get a budget set in place with my income. They help me pay off all my credit card debts, and it helped teach me how to budget my money.
I would love churches and businesses to fill the summer food needs that we have because of the schools not being in session and contributing.
There are needs that need to be met on an ongoing basis, and that's why corporate sponsorships are so important.
Adding the businesses has helped us to secure a lot more product and materials that we ever would have been able to do without their help.
Reach Out Lakota has been very fortunate these past 20 years, and we couldn't have done it without you.
We've helped over 2,000 families in the community in that 20-year time frame, and back 20 years ago, I would have never thought that would have been possible.
I think Reach Out Lakota will be here for at least another 20, and I certainly hope so.
Reach Out Lakota will always be there because they have a community that cares.
In celebrating the 20th anniversary of Reach Out Lakota, we would be remiss if we didn't celebrate Lourdes and the 20 years of commitment that she's given to our community, and I thank her from the bottom of my heart.
To everyone that has contributed a can of soup, a warm coat, a check in the mail for our special programs, or volunteered your time, I thank you. A captain is only as good as his ship, and I am proud to be at the helm of this one.